Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to 3M Squad. Today we're going to be talking about the Super League, the European Super League. और बहुत सारे मतलब it was crazy. The last 3 days were absolutely crazy. So we'll start off the video by giving a brief summary of what happened in the last few days. This is according to CNN. A dozen of Europe's top soccer clubs, football clubs, CNN पढ़ रहा हूँ, have agreed to form a breakaway league. We all knew that, producing howls of indignation from sports governing bodies, the elected leaders of France and Britain. If I'm not wrong, the president of France and, of course, Boris Johnson, as we know, said this is crap, scrap it. And legions of their own fans. We protested on Twitter, on stadiums, everywhere. Why make such an unpopular move? Money, of course. The announcement of the European Super League on Sunday has kicked off a fierce power struggle that could upend the economics of European football. As we know, the battle pits of the billionaire owners of the 12 league's founding teams, which are among the richest clubs in the world, and Wall Street's biggest bank, JP Morgan. So now I'm just going to be reading out some quotes from the UEFA, the Champions League guys, about what they had to say. So Alexander Seferin, president of the Union of European Football Associations, told reporters on Monday that the breakaway clubs are fueled poorly by greed. So he said clubs are fueled poorly by greed. And this is his quote again: Super League is only about money, money of the dozen. I don't want to call them dirty dozen, but UEFA is about developing football and about financing what should be financed. That our football, our culture survives, and some people don't understand it. Again, this is the quotes of Alexander Sefrin. Yeah, so we all know the big English clubs: Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspurs when the one involved. Other clubs were AC Milan, Inter Milan, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, and Real Madrid. So, guys, thoughts on this? The whole statement by the UEFA and just whatever happened after that.
it's it's just it's just purely driven out of hate. Why is this happening? For a start, we had, in my opinion, right now we have the perfect competition in the Champions League, and it has the perfect format with the group stages and the round of 16 and beyond. But what's happening is certain clubs, say for example, teams like Chelsea or Leipzig or maybe someone like Inter, these clubs are exiting the Champions League in the group stages or in the round of 16 and not going way beyond that. So the revenue that they're getting from that is nowhere near enough, and that is a factor. That is the reason they are driving behind. That's the main reason behind this change. That's why they want it, and that's why UEFA have got the new reformed Champions League to kind of cater to these big clubs. That's the driving force behind it. So just that's as a background. But as we all know, the Super League, I'll be honest here, the Super League, as if it is constructed well, as in if it's not the same clubs over and over again, if it's not the closed system of no promotion and no relegation, if it's actual meritocracy which is being used, sporting merit that's being used, it could be a good competition if it is well created. But that's not the case. It's the same 12 clubs and maybe three or four clubs that's going to be added on. So as we all know, think about it. Like if it's a Super League and you're playing games on a midweek, what's going to happen? In, let's say everyone's playing each other twice in a row. Sorry, two fixtures, home and away. In about 10 to 12 games, after if once everyone's played 10 to 12 games, you will know there's only like two or three clubs that's in a title race, and the other clubs have nothing to play for. It's just a meaningless fixture for the others. So that's one of the main problems with this, and I love how the fans have come against it, and it shows that the power that the fans have in the game, that they've almost unilaterally stopped this. I love that.
Right, right. I completely agree. Yeah. So now my point over here is you said this is a like um it's like who's worse? Because let's be honest, UEFA they aren't दूध के धुले नहीं है.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously, we all know the facts.
Yeah, तो मतलब which like I saw a lot of people. By the way, this is This is I'm basing this on a survey done by I think Mirror was it who have said this. So 52% of Juventus fans were for the European Super League, and that's a crazy stat. 52%. That's basically means entire fan base. The other 48% are
Yeah.
technically following us. It's not about the divide. Like, what do you think? Why
They
do you
were,
think Juventus in particular, and that was the only fan base by the way, who favored this ESL? What do you think?
It may be because of the lack of competition in their league.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. For me personally, when I read this and I'm using tweets of Arjun Pradeep, he's a big, he claims to be a big Juventus fan on Twitter. Apparently, the amount of money clubs make from Serie A is peanuts basically, and they don't have enough revenue to go on for. And according to him, it's because of UEFA who are stealing this from them. So I'm not so sure how true this is, but it was definitely true that Juventus are one of the lowest earning clubs. This has been seen. Unoki jo aging squad hai, they can't really reinvest money. I'm not so sure how that true that is again, but they definitely are affected. So yeah. What do you guys think? What do you think it was?
So Juventus in itself, they have they've been hit by
one
this.
of the one of the reasons has to be the source of income. Like obviously, all the teams going in the ECL for the money.
Right.
Um,
And
Second,
and they've been hit hard by this pandemic. We keep hearing that they signed Federico Chiesa in the summer. They did not sign Federico Chiesa in the summer. He's actually
Yeah.
been loaned because they don't have the 50 million to pay him outright.
yeah.
So that's why it's just some clubs. And of course, don't forget Juventus have been knocked out in the round of 16 in the last 3 years by non-European Super League clubs. So the revenue that they're getting from the Champions League is not enough. The revenue they're getting from Serie A is not enough, and they're paying massive wages to people like Cristiano Ronaldo and Giorgio Chiellini and
That's
Buffon. So
true.
older players on larger wages. That's why that might be a reason to that they're trying to head for the
So
Super League.
yeah, so my point I think was from all of this is it's Juventus who are mismanaged. It's not other clubs' fault that they're getting less money. Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, so that was the point I wanted to make from you guys
Kind
was
of agreed.
yeah, yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, yeah, completely
That could
agree.
be the case for AC Milan as well, because they also have not been in UCL for quite some time. So they also same goes for Inter Milan. They were locked out in the group stages just like United. So maybe because all the three so-called top clubs of Syria,
Yeah,
they they are not able to progress into the deeper stages of the league of the competition. So maybe they thought that the to get revenue back or to get high what can I say, high yes revenue. So it could be because of that they could have said yes to ESL.
Right.
Even
Completely
for
yeah.
agree.
that
Even I
matter,
agree on that
Arsenal
point.
and
Yeah.
Spurs. Arsenal
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
played UCL football for more
Arsenal
than four
haven't played
years.
UCL for
Four
a yeah.
years. 4 years, yes.
And under Ateta, I don't think they're going to play for
It
another
goes
one
for
or two
all
years
the clubs
unless they
that
win the
haven't.
Europa.
It
Yeah,
goes
I
for all
mean
the
they're
clubs that
what ninth in the league. There's no way
UCL.
they're playing qualifying for the
Yeah, there's no way
Premier
they're
League.
playing UCL unless they win the Europa.
I mean, let's be honest. The chances of Arsenal winning the Europa League. What do you guys say? I don't want to say anything because I'm going to be biased. It would be
I
let's
feel they can because Arteta finds a way to win a trophy. You saw in the
FA
FA
Cup.
Cup
Yeah.
also he won, and the Community Shield against a good Liverpool team he won. So Arteta has a way of stat padding a trophy, if I can say that.
If it is against Arsenal and United, I think we will lose because
Same. Yeah,
looking
completely
at the
agree.
past history,
History given. History
Same,
It's
given.
same.
history.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. I would
Arteta
not be
has
confident.
beaten Ole.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would not be confident. Okay, but that's like we are drifting off from topic. But okay, so
yeah.
UEFA are they equally to blame as much as a Super League? Which one's like the bigger evil for you guys? UEFA or
um,
Super League? For me
Mm.
personally,
the
it's
Super League,
it's
100%.
Obviously,
100%.
Uh,
yeah,
I think
it's
the story of ESL has somewhat exposed UEFA because I read one article yesterday which stated that the the bonus for winning the Champions League. They have no, sorry, the budget of UCL is 7 billion. Previously, it was 4.5 billion. So where was these 2.5 billion they are hiding? So I think they have UEFA have been exposed by ESL. I personally don't think there was anything wrong in the competition, because team like Bazakshir defeated United, which was deserved. Like, we were proper shit that day. So if also the new regulations or modifications in the UCL format, there I have read that if West Ham finish fifth and we finish sixth, then because we are elite club, we will qualify for the UCL,
Yeah, we'll come
and
back to
West Ham
that
won't.
in
So
one
that's
second. Yeah,
proper unfair.
I completely agree with you. We'll come back to that in 1 second. So
Yeah,
for
yeah, sure, sure.
UEFA is definite. It's like, I'm going to be completely honest. I think this Super League, I'm not saying implementing it, but this plan or whatever, this announcement of Super League is a blessing in disguise for football. Because UEFA is going to be is not exposed. It has
Agreed.
been exposed of some of the decisions they have made in the past. It's been exposed for the things they do. Just the as Alhad said over here, the 2.5
Neglect all
billion. Where
the
was it over
decisions.
there? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think this ESL is a blessing in disguise. ESL is
Yeah, it is,
definitely,
sure.
yeah, the ESL is definitely a bigger shame than the UEFA. I don't think UEFA is a shame. It's just the way they're run that's a shame. So yeah, I think definitely.
It's just a point. For me, ECL has to be like the worst of all.
Yeah.
It's like basically creating a league where you just want to win money. It's just
Definitely.
gonna be a race of top
Correct.
four teams that perform best annually, and the other teams are just gonna set their own. The owners gonna own. They don't care about the fans. They don't care about the football. They're only
Agreed.
there to own. Right.
I
Yeah, yeah.
it's
And
it's
another thing
one.
about the
Like,
ESL was the
I'm
format
not calling out.
of the
I'm not
tournament.
calling out. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I'm not calling out any teams like Arsenal or Spurs or anything, but teams like the teams who haven't won UCL or UL in the past 4 5 years, or who haven't performed. So also Manchester United, for an example.
Yeah,
These teams, they're just gonna sit in the league, earn money, 300 million or something like that per year. The owner's gonna earn. It's no point. It's basically Real, Barca, Bayern, PSG or City winning the league every
No, no, no.
consecutive
Hold on. I have to step on that.
it's
So
gonna get spicy.
yeah, because Bayern and PSG have said no to this, and they're essentially the reasons
No,
it's
but
not
let's be
going through.
honest. You guys are
I'm
winning the
saying,
league
I'm
every
saying,
year.
no,
You
no,
guys are
I'm
winning the
saying
league every year. That's the point, right?
you
Like,
guys were linked with the league.
That's no. Hold on. The thing is, yeah, we might be winning our domestic leagues every year, but the thing is, Bayern, PSG, and Borussia Dortmund were the reason that this league isn't going ahead. We were linked to it, but Rummenigge, Hans-Joachim Watzke from Dortmund, and Khalife from PSG have all come out with powerful statements saying we condemn this league. And Perez himself said it that if these three teams had agreed to join it, the Super League would have been a thing right now. So they stopped it. They made sure that other teams had to hesitate, and that's why the Super League is not going ahead. Regarding your
Agreed,
question
agreed.
no, no,
between
no.
UEFA
I
and the Super
disagree
League,
with this
we,
because look,
we will get back to that.
yeah.
I
No,
read
no, no.
somewhere
See,
that
Wait,
see.
wait,
Perez said that
let
they
him
will
finish. Let
join
him
for
finish.
sure.
Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead, go ahead.
just
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just wanted to answer that question between the Super League and UEFA, the Champions League or UEFA in particular. I think the Super League is definitely the worst of the two, because again, like I said, it's a close competition. There's going to be like 6 to 7 clubs. You have no idea what they're doing there. Just the owners are just taking the cash in, and the fans have nothing to do with it. It's not a proper enjoy, and the sport isn't going to be enjoyed by everyone.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
that's fair. But isn't Bundesliga something similar? I'm not talking about the quality. I'm just talking about it's one team dominating the league for what? Is it eight
Yeah,
years now?
exactly.
but
That point.
but hold on. Even if the
but
Bundesliga is
that's not
one team
Bayern's
winning,
fault.
that's not our fault for a start. But
Yeah, okay.
secondly, there is still so much to go on. But after fourth, there's a line. Between 16th and 17th, there's a line. That's a dreaded line. You don't want to go below that line, or you're going to get relegated. In the Super League, there is nothing. You're either winning it or you're not
Yeah,
winning it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
what do
That's
the
true.
fans?
Yeah.
That's the
That's true.
difference. And once another thing, why are we talking about the leagues? It's either the Super League or the Champions League. The domestic
Champions
leagues
League,
are
right?
always going to
That's
be
true.
there.
Completely
So
agree. Completely agree. Yeah.
and and both versions, the current version and the new version of the Champions League, are still better than the Super League. So actually, I want to talk about this. The ECA, the European Clubs Association, which is so against the Super League. Andrea Agnelli, the CEO of the president of Juventus, he was the president of the ECA, and he literally told Sheffrin that these reforms are good. I love the reforms. The new Champions League will be really
Yeah, and
nice.
then he called
And
him.
then he tells Jeffrin that I have someone calling back. I'll just hang up, and he switches off his phone. These are the snakes that UEFA are dealing with right now. So
Yeah.
and so Andrea, and I never get this guy. Andrea Agnelli, he's been after the Super League for a while. He literally said 2 years ago that Atalanta don't deserve to be in the Champions League because they have no history. Roma, way better and more historic club. That it's so annoying. These people,
It's so-
They're parasites.
they're parasites. They know the price of everything and the value of nothing. That's the best way to describe them. So imagine teams from the second division. They want to dream of playing in the Premier League. And now the Premier League is not going to be the same because these six clubs will essentially be chucked out by UEFA. That's what the rule was. That's what they were saying. So it wasn't going to be the same. That's the mess up with this.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, I think that's we agree that the ESL was terrible. UEFA Champions League it's good. It's the lesser evil. It's not perfect. It isn't great. It isn't bad. It's just the lesser evil. Let's just put it that way. Now,
but
yeah, go ahead.
the ECL might be like, in a way, it might help UEFA in improving what they've done over the past few years, like improving the mistakes. But it won't make much of a difference. I just wanted to ask, like, I don't know if it's true or no. I read a tweet about this. Apparently, UEFA paid more money to the clubs to come back and leave the ECL,
Yeah.
ESL.
Yeah, I think to be honest,
If
that's just PR.
if that's
We
true,
can't
then
take it as
it does not make sense. Like, if this is true, it does not make sense. It's just like UEFA trying to save its history and everything, like everything they have with all these clubs. All the it's the same thing basically. What ESL tried to do.
Also,
I
the
don't think
format of that competition, it was just like the MLS. I mean, the
Yeah.
top clubs, they go into a playoff. It's not like the domestic leagues we have. Like, if you have the most number of points, you directly win it. But that's
Yeah.
not the case in the ESL.
True.
You need to go into a playoff.
It's
Yeah.
messed
Correct.
up. The whole playoff is it's basically
It,
NBA
it was
coming into
more of
UEFA.
the American
They're trying to Americanize
style of
Yeah,
league.
I mean, do imagine drafts in football. I think that's the end of football. You know, when we get into that draft system, it's the end. But okay, anyways, let's look at the statements from the club. They have been absolutely shameless. Let's start with Liverpool. I'm gonna get you guys to listen to a clip by John V. Henry, and we're just gonna react to it after we have listened to it. Let me just get the volume right.
I want to apologize to all the fan supporters of Liverpool Football Club for the disruption I caused over the past 48 hours. Goes without saying, but should be said, that the project put forward was never going to stand without the support of the fans. No one ever thought differently in England. Over these 48 hours, you were very clear that it would not stand. We heard you. I heard you. And I want to apologize to Jurgen, to Billy, to the players, and to everyone who worked so hard at LFC to make our fans proud. They have absolutely no responsibility for this disruption. They were the most disrupted, and unfairly so. This is what hurts most. They love your club and work to make you proud every single day. I know the entire LFC team has the expertise, leadership, and passion necessary to rebuild trust and help us move forward. more than a decade ago, when we signed up for the challenges associated with football, we dreamed of what you dreamed of, and we've worked hard to improve your club. Our work isn't done, and I hope you'll understand that even when we make mistakes, we're trying to work in your club's best interests. In this endeavor, I've let you down. Again, I'm sorry, and I alone am responsible for the unnecessary negativity brought forward over the past couple of days. It's something I won't forget and shows the power the fans have today and will rightly continue to have. If there's one thing this horrible pandemic has clearly shown, it's how crucial fans are to our sport and to every sport. It's shown in every empty stadium. It's been an incredibly tough year for all of us, virtually no one unaffected. It's important that the Liverpool football family remain intact, vital, and committed to what we've seen from you globally with local gestures of kindness and support. I can promise you I will do whatever I can to further that.
So BS level 10, I would say. What do you guys wait? BS level of 10? Wait, sorry about that. Yeah, so what do you guys think? Liverpool statement, it's basically the similar to all of the club statement. What do you guys think? BS level 100? 10 out of 100?
Yeah, definitely.
At least he has the balls to show his face.
Well,
I mean, yeah,
Unlike
that's
some,
true.
that's true.
unlike some
That's true.
president. Owner.
But at the same time, it doesn't matter. Like all of them are shameless, and
Yeah,
Like
horrible.
someone was
trying
saying
to
he
save
was reading
that.
from a screen. Like
Yeah,
it was not
definitely.
Obviously,
heartfelt
Because
apology.
I could hear, like, I don't know about you guys. You guys can like watch on the chat or whoever there is, watch the video again. But I can hear like pages being flipped. There's some people who are working behind. So, and you know the background
it's
noise as
it's
well.
it's
Yeah,
it's it does not
it can
come
be seen
generally like
on his glasses.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yes, he has.
just pathetic. Like at this point,
Yeah, but dude, I the most pathetic thing about that is, um, you know, it's BS, and like I think this is happening again. Like no matter what, this is going to happen again, and the only solution for all of us is to kick them out of the clubs.
as long as they are there, it's gonna happen forever.
Yeah, completely agree.
But if it's a
Unless
well
they
thought out plan, then it doesn't. It's a bit better then.
But I don't see how this happens because
But
they
for that
want to
we
stay in the
would
league.
need like in Premier League we have championship. Sorry?
Yeah. In Premier League we have championship, and ESL we have no such thing like that.
Yeah.
relegation
So
system.
what would be the criteria to qualify for that? You know? And
Nothing.
what
It's
is
just
the point
exactly.
of
It's
making ESL if for example, Premier League top four are City, United, Chelsea, and say
Yes.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Arsenal and Spurs are not there, and they won't ever be in top four, uh, in my opinion. And for from Bundesliga, only two teams, which can generate tons of money are Bayern and Dortmund, and Leipzig to an extent. From La Liga, Atletico are they are they are not a top club, so only Barca and Madrid. From
right.
Syria, I don't think anybody watches that. So what is the point of creating ESL? That's
Just
it.
money,
And
exactly.
It is
I just
money at
wanted
the
to
end of
say
the day.
if it would have happened,
It's
like
just
if
money.
United were in ESL, we would have been screwed over because we know how our owners are. They only spend money when they want to qualify for the Champions League,
Yeah,
and when they
yeah,
know
yeah, yeah.
that they are getting guaranteed money, our squad would have looked like Juventus. Like Matic is he's past his best, and I don't think we would have survived. Like we would have, United wouldn't have been competitive team if
I
ESL would have
agree. Yeah,
happened.
yeah,
Agreed,
yeah,
agreed, agreed.
True.
yeah.
Like
So
it's just sitting there earning money, doing
Yeah,
nothing.
No fear of
completely
not
agree.
getting
Not
top four, no fear of relegation,
Exactly.
nothing.
It would
That's
have been an over league. I think we can all agree. So, like in conclusion, like we can conclude the video right now. It was just a farce scheme that it's glad we got out of it, but I think it's the start of a war. We have just won the battle. The fans have just won the battle. It's now time to win the war by getting this owners out of the club. Glazers, FSG, Arsenal, and we have to unite as a fan base as a football fan base, not as a club fan base. We can't have our own motives in. So yeah, I guess that's it for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and yeah, have a